A very good morning, ladies and gentlemen, from the flight deck. Your first officer. We're cruising at 40,000 feet, running to the South African airspace, and we're looking at
You've seen it. That unbelievable price. A flight to a city you've always wanted to see. For less than the price of a couple of pizzas. You click buy almost instinctively. It feels like a glitch in the system, a secret you've just unlocked. For a moment, you are a master of the universe. A savvy traveler who beat the system. But have you ever stopped to ask yourself, how is this possible? The rise of the budget airline is one of the greatest business revolutions of our time. It democratized the skies, before companies like Southwest in the US and later Ryanair or EasyJet in Europe. Air travel was a luxury, reserved for the business elite or the wealthy few. These disruptors came in with a radical promise. Flying should be for everyone, and they delivered. In just 2 decades, global air passenger numbers more than doubled. They didn't just join the market, they remade it in their image. But, like all revolutions, this one came with a cost. A cost that wasn't printed on your ticket. A cost that's been hiding in plain sight. Section A, the economic illusion. How do they do it? How do they sell a seat on a multi-million-dollar aircraft for pocket change? The answer, a masterclass in ruthless efficiency and psychological pricing. It starts with unbundling. That low price? It buys you one thing, a seat, no checked bag, no seat selection, no water, no boarding pass printed. Want extras? That's a fee. Want legroom? Fee. Want to breathe a little easier? Still, a fee. These are called ancillary revenues, and they are the lifeblood of budget airlines. For some airlines, nearly half of their income comes from these extras. You're not buying a flight, you're buying the illusion of one. Behind the scenes, these airlines chase one holy metric: aircraft utilization. A plane on the ground is a plane losing money, so they master the quick turnaround. Legacy carriers? They take 60 to 90 minutes to land, unload, clean, refuel, reload. Budget airlines? 25 minutes, flat. It's a high-stakes ballet behind every flight. They also skip hubs, no complex networks, no domino delays, just point-to-point flying. And they usually operate one aircraft model, like the Airbus A320 or Boeing 737. Same parts, same training, same crew certifications. It's the Ford Model T of the skies. But here's the dirtiest little secret. Most of these airlines don't fly to the cities they promise. Your ticket says Paris. You're landing 90 kilometers away. Frankfurt? That might be an entirely different state. Why? Because small regional airports offer huge incentives to get traffic. Landing fees slashed, marketing subsidies, even direct payments. Your cheap ticket is partly paid by a small town's tourism budget. Section B, the human cost. This obsession with cost cutting? It comes at a human price. Let's talk about the pilots and cabin crew. Some new pilots have had to pay the airline just to fly its planes. Think about that. The person flying your plane might be in debt just to be there. Cabin crews? Often on 0-hour contracts. No job security, no guaranteed hours. Feeling sick? No pay. Can't fly today? No shifts tomorrow. Many are paid low base wages, earning extra only through commissions. That perfume, snack box, or scratch card? They need to sell you that because it helps them make rent. Even legal rest requirements are sometimes pushed to the limit. In 2013, Ryanair pilots told Channel 4 they felt pressured not to report fatigue. This isn't about bad people, it's about a bad system. A system that squeezes its people for every cent. Section C, the environmental cost. We don't talk enough about this part. Aviation accounts for 2.5% of global CO2 emissions. That may not sound like much, but it's one of the fastest growing sources. And ultra-cheap flights encourage casual, unnecessary flying. Weekend in Prague, party in Ibiza, shopping trip to Milan. One London to NYC flight creates more emissions than many people produce in an entire year. And it's not just CO2. Planes emit nitrogen oxides and vapor that form contrails, which amplify warming. Many airlines promote carbon offsets. But let's be honest, planting a tree today won't balance the carbon your flight emitted this morning. And there's no guarantee that forest won't burn or get cut down. In Sweden, they call it flagskam, flight shame. It's real, and it's growing. Section D, the societal cost, and finally, we arrive. But at what cost to the place we're visiting? Budget flights are a major engine behind overtourism. Venice, Barcelona, Amsterdam, places drowning under the weight of cheap access, residents displaced, rents skyrocketing, neighborhoods hollowed out. What used to be communities become Instagram backdrops. Tourists come to spend less. They stay in global chain hotels, eat at McDonald's, skip the local shops. They consume the city without contributing to it. We are, quite literally, loving these places to death. So, that $20 flight, it's a marvel of engineering, of logistics, of marketing. But behind that price is a full ledger, overworked staff, a warming planet, fragile communities pushed to the brink. We're not saying don't fly. We're saying know what you're paying for. Because if the price seems too good to be true, it probably is. Maybe the future isn't about flying more. Maybe it's about flying better, more intentionally, more slowly, more sustainably. The world is still out there. The real question is, what are we willing to pay to keep it that way? If this made you think, consider subscribing. We break down the systems shaping your world every single month. Thanks for watching.